Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin Roll International Coin Channel. And today is the 1997 United States quarter. It's a quarter that isn't hugely valuable, but there are some varieties that are kind of hugely valuable. And so let's talk about those. You can see the ones we have right here are the kind you just get in your change. The business strike circulated quarters from 1997. At the top it says Liberty. It's George Washington, and he's facing to the left. And let's see if we can get his face a little bit more better lit. And that was my lamp creaking. Underneath his chin it says, "In God We Trust." Behind him, where he has a little tie in his ponytail, there is a D. That's for the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint in 1997 made $599.680 million. Essentially, they made $600 million. The Philadelphia Mint is the other one here, and that one you can see it's a little bit better condition. Actually has a little bit of toning to it, a little color when you look at it. Pretty much the same thing, except look at that, "In God We Trust," and that is really happens frequently on these coins. This is not a mint error. This is just how these coins wear. And then we see this wicked kind of slash or cut under the chin, and that's from another coin hitting it, probably during the coin process when they were finishing them out and sending them out. Again, Liberty at the top, 1997. If you look at this one, you can see that there's also, and this is going to be on all the coins, a J and an F. And that's for John Flanagan, who originally designed this coin in 1932, the 200th birthday of Washington. Back here we see a P, and look at that P. It just kind of elongates it. Kind of the bowed out section has been flattened, so it looks kind of like a balloon kind of P. And that happens also with these coins really frequently. You'll get these kind of smashed things, or we talk about how they get filled in sometimes. This one started to fill in. You can see the D looks bigger than the P. It's just because the P got smashed. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1997, they made 596 million of these. Now, they made so many, 1.2 billion, but they didn't make a lot of really valuable versions of the coin. For some reason, 1997 was one of the years in which the number of quality coins is relatively low. So if you get to MS65, which is the Mint State 65, which is in pretty good shape, and I'll show you some that are coming up, you're talking about $17 to $22 for these two in an MS or Mint State 65. So what you do is you go and look for, your grandfather, grandmother gave you a quarter back in 1997 and your birthday, a new quarter, that might be in that kind of shape. So look through the stuff that people have saved. Look through mint sets. So there are proof sets and mint sets that they release every year. In 1997, they released a silver mint set, but they also released a uncirculated mint sets. And if you look for 1997, you'll see that the uncirculated mint sets, they sold them originally for $8. Sometimes you can get them for $6 or $7 now, and they made 950,000 of the uncirculated mint sets in 1997. So look for those. It'll be the half, quarter, dime, nickel, and penny. And if you can get one for under $7 or $8, I would get one. Now, we tip these up and we see it's a copper nickel clad copper, and we go to the back and we see this one actually has some pretty good definition with the feathers here and stuff. Not very good definition of the eye and the beak, and not very good definition of the arrows. So this is just going to be a regular business strike coin, not worth much. However, let's look at a kind of a better version. Now this is one from an uncirculated mint set. And you can see if you get in the uncirculated mint set, it might have the scratch on here like it gets from the mint, and that's not a mint error or anything. It just happens when the coins hit each other. Same Liberty and In God We Trust, but look at the coloring on this. Down here, the initials are going to be really much brighter. You can see the JF there. We see behind the P is a little dot, but it doesn't matter. But that's a much better P, isn't it? We tip it up on the side and we see it's actually a shiny edge. And then when we get over to the back, so this coin is probably close to a Mint State 65, but because it costs close to as much as it would be valued to have it graded. So if it's going to grade out at $17 to $22 and it's going to cost us $10 or $15 to grade it, probably not worth it. But look at the eye on this one compared to the other one. And look at the lines going up the neck. You almost never see that on these quarters, these little lines in here. Can you see what I'm talking about? So I'll show you the business strike and show you the difference. There's a business strike. You can't even see the eye on that one. Let's look at the other business strike. And you'll see. Yeah, so normally you can't see any of these kind of feathers coming down. So this is in really, really nice condition, this coin. So maybe even higher than MS65. If we look at the arrows, we see this great definition. We can actually see the line through here. We can see the ribbon. We can see the tail coming out the bottom. The olive wreath. Everything on this coin cries out that it's valuable. And this is a coin, as I said, we just got in an uncirculated mint set. So look for these ones. And again, copper nickel clad copper. I'll show you the D version of that. And so this is from the same uncirculated mint set, because you get the P coins and the D coins in an uncirculated mint set. This one just doesn't have the shine, has more dents. And let's look on the back. Really good definition in the neck, not quite as good, but look at that eye on there. So this coin is actually in very good shape too, not quite as fine as the other one, but still could be MS65, but again, we're not going to spend money finding out. And finally, we have two S coins from 1997. The San Francisco Mint, I only have one of them here, but they have a silver version of this, and they have a clad version. The silver version is very valuable, so look for that. The clad version, pretty valuable. You can get up to $150, $170 for one that's in a little bit better condition than this. And let's turn this one over and take a look at it too, because you'll see that they actually polish them differently. And this one has a couple dings from the mint, but actually the neck feathers aren't any better. They may actually be worse than the other one we saw. So this one's an okay one for an S. Great detail in the tail feathers down here, and great, really fine lettering on this. All right, so we have the S, and at the San Francisco Mint, they made $2,055,000. If you get this in a proof 65, which I think you'd want it a little bit better than this, it's going to be worth $9 or $10. If you can get this in a proof 70, there's actually a proof 70 of this coin, it's worth about $170 to $200. All right, thanks for watching.